Welcome, everyone. Today we'll be talking about two important disability benefit programs administered by the Social Security Administration, or SSA, that help people with disabilities. These programs are called Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, and Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI. Even though they sound alike, SSI and SSDI are two different programs. Throughout this session, we'll share many resources that will be available on the California Department of Rehabilitation website for you to access anytime. To access all sessions in this training series, select the Programs for Social Security Beneficiaries link on the DOR website, www.dor.ca.gov. By the end of this session, you'll know which program you already have, or which program might help you or someone you care about. Important note for everyone, before we start, this session doesn't determine if someone may be eligible for Social Security disability benefits or other government services. The information presented today is general and may not include the most recent changes related to today's topic, including annual income limits. Rules and programs can also change with new laws or updates, which may not be reflected in today's session. We recommend that you consult directly with Social Security, a work incentive planner, or other professionals to get accurate information that best fits your personal situation. We'll start by explaining what these acronyms stand for so you know which program we're discussing. Then we'll talk about who can get help and what kind of medical care comes with each program. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. It is important to understand that SSI and SSDI are two very different programs that treat income very differently. Today we're going to start with SSI. So what does SSI mean? SSI stands for Supplemental Security Income. Think of it this way. Supplemental means extra help, and income means money. So SSI provides financial assistance to cover essential living expenses, such as housing, food, and clothing. The notable thing about SSI is that work history is not required for eligibility. It's for people with very little money who need help right away. Let's look at who can qualify for SSI. To qualify for SSI, you need to be disabled, blind, or over 65 years old. You also can't have more than $2,000 in savings or resources. Many people who get SSI have never worked or didn't earn sufficient income to qualify for SSDI. Now let's see what kind of health care you can get along with SSI. An important benefit of SSI is that you automatically qualify for California's Medicaid program, also called Medi Cal. Medi Cal is a state-provided health insurance program that gives free or low-cost medical coverage for eligible individuals. It pays for doctor visits, hospital stays, prescription medicines, and mental health services. In California, you get Medi Cal automatically when you start getting SSI payments. This is important because medical care is expensive. If you don't already get SSI-linked Medi Cal, you may still qualify through other Medi Cal programs, and it mostly depends on your monthly income. California has removed the asset limit for Medi Cal, but remember that SSI resource limits still apply: $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple. There are three main Medi Cal programs to know about. The first is the Aged and Disabled Federal Poverty Level Program, which is for older adults and people with disabilities whose income is under a certain level. If you qualify, there's no monthly cost. The second is Medi Cal with share of cost. This works like a deductible. If your income is higher, you'll pay a portion of your medical expenses each month before Medi Cal helps cover the rest. And finally, the 250% Working Disabled Program. This is a great option if you're working. It lets you keep your Medi Cal with no monthly premium, even with a higher income. It is a good idea to apply for Medi Cal right away because it can help cover important services like in-home supportive services or IHSS. Just keep in mind it may take a few weeks to process while your income and resources are reviewed. SSDI stands for Social Security Disability Insurance. SSDI functions similarly to an insurance policy. While employed, workers contribute through payroll taxes and may qualify for benefits if they become disabled. When you work, part of your earnings goes towards Social Security taxes, which fund the program. SSDI uses that money to help you if you become disabled and can't work anymore. However, you must have worked enough years and paid enough taxes to qualify. Now let's see who can get SSDI. SSDI is different from SSI because it's based on your work history. You need to have worked and paid Social Security taxes for at least 5 out of the last 10 years before you became disabled. These are called work credits. You earn work credits by earning income and paying payroll taxes. Unlike SSI, there is no limit on how much money or property you can have. SSDI is for people of any age who have worked but now cannot work because of their disability. Now let's talk about the healthcare you can get. SSDI comes with Medicare. There is a 2-year waiting period after you start receiving SSDI before your Medicare begins. Medicare covers hospital stays and doctor visits, but you might still have out-of-pocket costs, such as monthly premiums, deductibles, or copays, so you might need extra coverage for prescriptions. Medicare offers different ways for individuals to receive their healthcare coverage once you qualify due to disability. Original Medicare includes Part A, hospital insurance, and Part B, medical insurance. Individuals can choose to stay with Original Medicare and add a standalone Part D plan for prescription drugs. Some may also buy another plan to help cover out-of-pocket costs. Alternatively, people can opt into a Medicare Advantage plan, also known as Part C. Private insurance companies offer these plans, often with extra benefits like vision, dental, and hearing. Most also include Part D drug coverage. It is important to understand eligibility rules, enrollment periods, and costs as they vary by plan and income level. Comparing options is key to finding the most affordable and appropriate coverage. Now that you know about the 2 main disability benefit programs, you might be wondering, can someone get both SSI and SSDI? Yes, sometimes. You can receive both SSI and SSDI at the same time, and this is known as concurrent benefits. This happens when your SSDI payment is very low. SSI can add extra money to bring you up to the minimum amount. If you get both programs, you also get both types of medical insurance, Medi Cal and Medicare. If you receive SSI, you are automatically enrolled in Medicare Part D, which helps cover your prescriptions. Also, in California, the state pays your Medicare Part B premium, so you can get the important medical coverage without having to pay out of pocket. Receiving both SSI and SSDI can maximize your access to comprehensive medical coverage through both Medi Cal and Medicare. If you don't currently have disability benefits but want to apply, you will use the same application for both SSI and SSDI. Social Security will decide which program you qualify for. You can call their phone number, apply online, or visit an office in person. Bring medical records and a summary of your work history. The application process typically takes 4 to 8 months. The process requires patience and persistence, since many applicants are denied at first and must appeal. Before you apply for SSI or SSDI, it's important to evaluate your eligibility based on a few key factors. First, consider whether you meet the basic eligibility criteria. Determine whether you are disabled, blind, or over the age of 65. Next, think about your work history. If you've worked and paid Social Security taxes, you may have enough work credits to qualify for SSDI. For SSI, your financial situation matters more. If your countable assets are over $2,000 or $3,000 for a couple, you may not be eligible. Also consider your health needs. If you need medical coverage right away, SSI with Medi Cal might give you faster access than SSDI, which has a 2-year Medicare waiting period. Finally, make sure your medical documentation clearly explains how your condition affects your ability to work. Remember, you don't have to figure this out alone. The Social Security Administration, or SSA, has people who can help you understand these programs and apply. You can also get help from disability lawyers, community organizations, and your state vocational rehabilitation, or VR agency, Department of Rehabilitation, or DOR. Many of these services are free. These programs can be confusing. It's okay to ask for help. You can find a complete list of all the resources mentioned in this session on the session page. Now that we've covered both disability benefit programs and how to get them, let's review the main differences. SSI is for people with very little money who don't have a work history. The payments are lower, but you get Medi Cal coverage right away. SSDI is for people who have worked and paid taxes. The payments are usually higher, but you must wait 2 years for Medicare coverage. There's no limit on how much money or property you can have with SSDI, but with SSI you can't have more than $2,000 in resources. There are a variety of ways to verify the type of disability benefit you receive. Social Security mails you an award letter when you're approved, and again each year when you receive your cost of living adjustment, or COLA. You can go online to the SSA website to set up your myssa.gov account if you haven't already. It is a helpful resource, even if you're not applying yet. Once set up, you can log into your mySSA account to print a benefit verification letter. You can also request a Benefits Planning Query, or BPQY, by contacting Social Security and asking for Form SSA 2459. A BPQY is a comprehensive report detailing your specific benefit situation and will be required to receive individualized benefits counseling from a DOR Work Incentive Planner, or WIP, or a benefits planner at a Work Incentive Planning and Assistance, or WIPA project. As we wrap up, keep in mind that SSI and SSDI are programs that exist to support individuals with disabilities, providing financial assistance and access to health care based on your eligibility and work history. If you believe you or someone you know may qualify for benefits, take the next step. Gather your documentation, apply, and ask for support if needed. If you're already receiving benefits, explore how work incentives and planning tools can help you move toward greater independence. For more information, a WIP at DOR can provide a closer look at each of these programs, breaking down how they work and what you can do to make the most of the resources available to you. If this is your first time viewing one of these sessions, go to the DOR website www.dor.ca.gov and click on Programs for Social Security Beneficiaries link, and then click on Benefits to Independence 101 link to begin the program and learn more about other helpful topics. Navigating benefits and work can be tough, but every step you take gets you closer to independence and control over your future. You have now finished Session 4 and completed Module 1 in the Department of Rehabilitation Benefits to Independence 101 program. If you receive SSI, you will move on to Module 2 Session 5 to learn how you can make the most of your SSI benefits while exploring work opportunities. If you receive SSDI only, you will skip ahead to Module 3 Session 13 to learn how you can make the most of your SSDI benefits while exploring work opportunities. Before you go on to Module 2 or 3, please go back to the Benefits to Independence 101 page to do the activities and look at all the resources we talked about in this session. You're now equipped with the foundational knowledge to make informed decisions about your future. We look forward to continuing this program with you in the next module, where we will continue building on what you have learned here today.